Okay, good morning everybody. So I toyed with the idea for a couple days of opening the hives today and then getting them ready for Hurricane Dorian, but I'm thinking, for sake of not bothering them, my math was off by 3 days. I didn't count properly. I was going to take the mite strips out, and then on September 14th I was going to put queen excluders on, at least the 2 big hives, and then I was going to hopefully get some winter honey, or fall honey, excuse me. And with Dorian around the corner, I really don't want to open the hives because right now I know they're really good and sealed because they've had a week. And also, with me having opened them in 3 days anyway, if Hurricane Dorian wasn't here to take out the strips, then I may or may not get honey anyway. So with all 3 of these hives being brand new, I think I'm just going to let them do their thing, and then we'll just extract honey in the spring, because right now they're not building much comb anyway. So I would be lucky to get any more honey this year. So I think what we're going to do is what we've already done with the first hive. This is hive number 4. Hive number 3 is just an empty hive. It's an empty box. I need to actually, I'm going to be taking that one out because there's no point in securing something that's empty. So we put these ground screws in, stakes. We tethered the stands to them, and then we tethered the hives to the stands. So we're going to go ahead and do this one and hope that the bees are going to be a little bit in an okay mood. They know a hurricane is coming, so they're prepping. I see lots of pollen going in actually this hive. That actually might be something cool to watch, so let me lower this, and that will give you guys something to look at other than us bouncing around trying to get this all ready to go. So pardon me while I get this all so there's actually one right there on the camera that just went in with lots of pollen. This guy right here has lots of pollen. They're all girls, but there, that way you can kind of see them using the entrance, and then I'll show you our handiwork when we're done. So again, for those of you that are watching, we are securing the hives to ground stakes, and then we will then secure each hive to the stand. And then I'm just giving you guys something to look at versus us just going around and using straps on our hive stand. You should see there's actually quite a, what I call a traffic jam behind my camera, but you should see lots of bees with yellow, bright yellow pollen on them. coming in. So like right there is a little lady with some pollen. There's another one. Yeah, you just go up and touch them. Okay, good. It wasn't me. Alright, so it does need to go. Oh, I just need to undo just a little bit.
No, all of it.
Yeah. I'll let you look at that side. Check that one for me. No? That works? Is it tight enough? Okay, so for those of you that are still watching, so here's a bee with some pollen in it, on it, going in. I don't see any drones at the moment, probably won't, but this is going to be about the time of year where they start kicking the men out of the house because they do nothing but eat. And so they take up space and eat their resources. So I'm hoping to get a couple more bees. They're coming in, and if I could point out someone with some good amount of pollen, right there's a good example. She is nice and full. So this hive is definitely gonna winter pretty well, I think, especially if I don't harvest any honey from them. So I think if I just let them be through this hurricane and take out the strips next Sunday after the weather's all better, we'll definitely be able to open them and see what they're doing. I should see, especially with all this pollen coming in, lots of bee bread being made. That is our handiwork. We did 2 straps from the stand to the stakes, and then 1 strap from around the stand on the hive. So even if it isn't bad, we are prepared just in case. They should have sealed this nicely. And then my plan is, if Dorian does get a little closer, this has to come off. I am feeding them a little bit just because if Dorian does come around and knocks every little bit of pollen out of the trees and everything, they're going to need some food. But this will come off if it gets really too strong, because otherwise this will blow off and crack and break and then leave them exposed. So what we're going to do, we have 5.5 inch by 5.5 inch squares that we will cover this hole with. We'll move the strap over, and then that's how they'll survive through the hurricane if it is bad. So this is all just a precaution, but this is what tiny backyard beekeepers do, because I can't afford to lose any of my hives. So we'll see you guys next week. Be safe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.